Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. There I am. I couldn't hear me for a second.
I am so sorry.
Okay.
After 15 years of basically running your show, maybe a little bit less, I had the wrong microphone.
That's all right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here in really gorgeous, hopefully not too hot, sunny Seattle.
I think I'm still camping in my own head.
Are you?
That's where I was last week.
Camping?
I think I'm still by the lake, just still hanging out.
Oh, how exciting!
little sunshine in the eyes.
Oh yeah, I'm. So did you stay like in a trailer, tent?
We camped. We tented it. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Good times. Yeah, got a little sun and a little burn. You know, don't forget to protect everyone. That's my PSA. For the day.
I wear so much sunscreen these days.
I did a little.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. That's
Protect
perfect.
The noggin. That was about all I put it on.
Yeah, I'm not a camper. You know, like.
You're a glamper, I would think.
A glamper would be great.
There we go.
That would be great. Or a little cabin, or even a stream thing, an Airstream.
A stream. Oh, that type of stream thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to I think camping on Camino Island would be really fun. Their state parks are gorgeous. Where did you guys go? We went south. It's actually southwest of Olympia. So
that's
beautiful over there.
It's a place called Matlock. My girlfriend's friends have a place out there.
Great.
And it's kind of open for close friends of theirs. So it's like a big open area, like a field, and they, manage it and take care of it. And so anyone can stay if they want. They can book a couple days and just plop on, replace what you take type of thing. And
wonderful.
It's super cool. And, the parents, they bring their trailer and stuff like that. So, but it's just one open space where everyone can kind of throw down their bag and tent and go to town.
Perfect week for camping in the Northwest. You picked a great week.
Yeah, the kids loved it too. It wasn't too hot. It was just enough.
Yeah, it's just perfect. Yeah, love it. Great. Well, welcome back from your camping.
Hey, it's good to be back. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So we're taking calls today. Who do we have on the line?
Well, let's pull things up. We want to give out the number 2. It's 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And it's first off, Angela calling in from Minneapolis. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Hi, Angela. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Lovely. Thank you.
It was so fast.
It was fast, right? And we talked a lot about camping, so could have been faster.
I know.
So it
was beautiful.
What can I do for you?
Yeah. So like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I woke in the middle of the night and it felt like my heart was just shaking in my chest.
Interesting.
And I talked to a couple people who have worked in the medical field, some friends of mine, and they both said it sounded like an AFib episode.
Oh, interesting.
And after it happened, I just kind of had this attitude of like, oh, wow, this is interesting. And then I just kind of set it aside. And after talking to them, I thought, okay, maybe I should pay attention to this. My body's talking to me.
Exactly.
And I should listen.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have an appointment with a naturopath who works with cardio stuff this coming week.
Perfect.
But I'm also curious your perspective on it.
Yeah, interesting. So I don't, I didn't work in cardiac, so I don't know waking up in the middle of the night feeling like your chest vibrating is a sign of AFib. I don't know. Even though we did have a tele unit on the floor I worked on for a little while, I just have never heard of that symptom. Feeling like it's rocking in your chest. It could have been from something else. Could have even just been from energy. But I do think it's perfect and responsible to have a checkup. And I don't know what your naturopath is going to recommend because I'm not sure. I would imagine they have to do an EKG to see what's going on with your rhythm, right?
Yeah.
And
he can.
Oh, perfect.
He can make that happen for me.
Perfect.
So that's one of the reasons why I decided to work with him. Is I can get a CT scan if I needed and EKG and all of that. But
great. So your energy looks great. In fact, your heart chakra is taking in a ton of energy. I'm curious if this could have even been hormonal. A lot of women experience like tachycardia and interesting palpitations in their chest area when their hormones are recalibrating or off balance. So I'm curious if that could play a role in it. But your naturopath will find out. Of course, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty. But you don't have a leak in your heart chakra. So that would make me not concerned about your cardiac function.
Okay.
How long did the episode last? Because it almost felt, when I look at it, it feels like a panic attack. That's what it felt like to me when you were describing it, like a panic attack. But how long did it last?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
It was a hot night. I don't love air conditioning, so I had the fan on, and I just woke in the middle of the night, and then I don't know, it kept me up. It didn't last.
Well, it
the
scared
actual
you.
shaking didn't last for that long, and then I eventually fell back asleep. But there were definitely, like, after it happened, it kept me awake for a little while. Like, my body was still responding.
So this could be, this could be a whole combination of things. Being too hot, hormones maybe a little active or whatnot. I don't think they're going to find this cardiac related, but I love that you're being responsible and you're going to a really good doctor that can look at everything, I like that. So I don't think they're going to find that this is cardiac.
Yeah. So that's kind of my intuitive feeling. And that's one of the reasons why I called, because I feel like it feels energetic, and I don't know. It's like, I wonder if Marie has anything that she's picking up on.
Well, first of all, maybe we shouldn't worry about this. I mean, this is a one-shot thing on a hot night. Like maybe your body got overheated and maybe you were having a weird dream and you just woke up kind of in a panic.
Okay.
That's how I look at the circumstances. And then my overall thing is, make sure your naturopath checks your hormones when you go in for that checkup. So I'm not concerned about it personally. I think it was a weird, fluky thing. And yes, probably something energetically is changing for you. Maybe you're making a lot of changes in your life and maybe your body's having a reaction to it, because the body is so interesting. Mostly because we listen so much to our brain, and our brain has certain belief systems that are really highly limited. And when we're changing away from a belief system that's been in our brain for a long period of time, our body starts to have weird reactions. And that's why it's so important for us to have lovely dialogue with ourselves often, like, honey, we're okay. Everything's fine. I think we're actually really healthy, but I'm just going to go in for a little checkup, but I'm sure we're okay. Like, it's nice to have this conversation. I know that sounds weird about how the body sometimes has a separate reaction, but even when, and this is not related to you at all, just as an example, even when people are leaving their bodies, even if they're fully like medicated well and they're not in any obvious pain or discomfort from like the medical staffs, their body still acts out. So we need to have these conversations with our bodies because they are living, breathing, powerful machines. And a lot of times they're reacting from a belief system that's in our brain. So we have to talk to our body like, honey, I'm sorry you were a little uncomfortable the other night. And, as far as I can tell, everything's fine, but I'm going to go have a checkup and I love you. So start talking to your body because it's a unique entity.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Have a beautiful day.
All right. Yep. You too.
Thank you.
That was a good little call there from
Fun.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Fun call.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Let's take now Cheryl. Cheryl is calling in from the New York area. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I called a couple of months ago for a general reading, and I had a leak that I want to check on and see if we're making any progress.
Okay. So did I give you homework, and did you do the homework, or are you doing the homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job. Yeah. Good job. Well, I can tell you that your root chakra is taking in energy, your crown chakra is taking in energy, your heart chakra is taking in energy. Tiny leak in the second, nothing to be alarmed or worried about. And then a pass through in the third, which is not a traditional leak, but it means that the third chakra is not completely relaxing and absorbing energy, but it is being fed energy. So I won't remember where your leak was last phone call. Where was it?
2 fire engine hoses out the back of the heart chakra.
Yeah, you don't have it. No.
Yay! Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay!
So have you been working on, you're welcome. Thank you so much for doing the homework. I mean, energy can change super, super fast, which means the structures that it governs can then be supported, or if someone's having a health issue, they can, revert back to their original blueprint, if you will, of health and well-being. So what did you do to stop that double fire hose leak in the back of the heart chakra? Because again, I won't remember the phone call.
Okay, a lot of I easily receive all that I truly deserve, and a lot of I love myself.
Yay.
And here's the thing, though: when I hit the word deserve, there's a block there. There's a snag, and I don't know how quite to change that, but I can feel in the background an issue of my description of deserve.
Right.
Or my interpretation of deserve.
Or you're feeling that you're worthy enough. But here's what I love.
Exactly.
I want everyone to feel their energy all the time. It's always communicating to us. So I love that you use the word snag. That's Suzanne Giesemann uses that word. You know, she's a medium, a really well-known medium.
Yes, I love her.
Right?
Yes.
Me too. She uses the word snag. I like that word. That doesn't mean that there's a problem. It means that you're aware of, oh, my body, my being still doesn't think I'm deserving. Interesting. Now, you could, put that word into the thesaurus and find other words and kind of play with them and see if there's other language that doesn't have a snag. But a snag's not a bad thing. A snag's like, oh, interesting. I'm still not feeling, lovable or whatever the circumstance is in, which means, oh, I just need to keep working on this. Because sometimes we just need the repetition of, changing language in our head and being kind and loving to ourselves for us to go all of a sudden, oh, now I like the word deserving. Now I get it, because we're changing beliefs. Beliefs are created obviously in previous lifetimes, but they're really instilled in terms of what we're working on in this lifetime from birth to about the age 5. About 75% of our belief system is created in that time period, which means our beliefs are being created from things that others told us when we were in infancy, not even aware of what is going on in the world, and we don't have an adult perspective, or from what we witnessed other people experiencing in their own life, or from our own experiences that we had, and then our perception as a small child, which unless parents, a lot of parents today talk to their kids about everything. Like I even talk to my cats about everything. I talk to my cats and my dogs as if they're toddlers. Because they like communication. And I've always talked to my children as if they were adults from birth, always. Like, okay, you're going in the car seat now, and we're going to be driving for about 20 minutes, and we're going to the doctor, or whatever. I always talk to my children like that. But a lot of people haven't until maybe more recent, parental experiences. And so kids can have false perceptions. Like if a child is witnessing parents fighting, and they're really young, they're going to come to their own conclusions about what that means. And that could mean that they may think that their parents don't even like them, which will have nothing to do with the topic. So parents need to have conversations with their young children. Mommy and daddy were fighting yesterday. We're really sorry. We were loud. Has nothing to do with you. And today everything's a lot better, but we might fight from time to time, but it has nothing to do with you. We love you to pieces. Do you see what I mean about like, I don't want you to get too worried about the snag. I love that you felt the snag, and now you're going to work with the snag so that you start to believe that you are worthy and deserving, which you are.
Now, the other thing I've noticed since I've been doing all of this, and I know that I make some progress, but then the ego, like I have a fallback where all of a sudden, like very heavily, I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm feeling great, very positive, all of a sudden it's very negative. And what I've noticed recently is that I get to almost crawling out of my skin, anxious and needing to like not be where I am, go do something, and almost issues with self-worth at the same time. And I don't know what that's.
Well, again, it's going to be all related to what I was just talking about. And here's the most important thing. So I'm complimenting you again. What you are experiencing is consciousness. Most people are having those experiences and they have no idea that they're having them. So the fact that you know is 50% of the work, because then you can do something different. And so some people, and I think you're a good relator of your experience, they think that those experiences, and it feels like you do too right now, they think that's wrong. But that's consciousness. You were already feeling this way under the hood, unaware, not having the opportunity to change it. So nothing's wrong. This has been happening for a long period of time. Consciousness means that you become aware of your reactions, your mental feelings, because the real feelings are always calm and compassionate and surprising. It's the mind's made up feelings that are scary, uncomfortable, unkind, but those aren't true emotions. So,
and I notice it often at work. So I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, so that's really good to know, because probably you don't like what you do for a living.
Well, I like it, but I like working. I like being busy. But as far as
that's not the same thing. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
right? Like, you could be busy doing all kinds of stuff, but loving what you do is normal. That's healthy and normal. Okay? I'm going to have to go to the
something?
Well,
sorry. Okay,
no, it's okay. It's just like, I can't ask, like I need to go on to other people,
right.
But here's what I want to tell you. You are on the right track. You are moving forward beautifully. Be extremely kind and loving to yourself, and be curious about the things that bring you great joy, because that is your yellow brick road. And those are the careers that will be available to you that will be a perfect fit. Just follow the joy. It's not going to make sense.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Cheryl, for calling from New York. Perfect spot, because we're at our first break of the hour. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you'd like to join us, lines are open. Here we go. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
How can Marie Manuchehri help you create a better life? Check out her events page and attend a workshop. Working with Marie is a life-changing experience. If you want to find an effective way to make significant improvements in your life, sign up for a class today at energyintuitive.com.
It's time that you are heard, and I don't mean in just a conversation. I mean really heard. Imagine hosting your very own radio program on Alternative Talk 1150. Talk about being heard. Call 425-653-1150 right now to learn how affordable it can be to host your own radio show. Time slots are going fast, so take hold of this chance by dialing 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk. We have an opportunity waiting just for you.
After I came home from Iraq, I could still hear the booms. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
Thanks to DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
The Marie Manuchehri Show is streamed live over the internet. So if you have friends or family members living outside of the Seattle area, wanting answers to life's questions, encourage them to listen to the show and to call into the show to talk with Marie. If you are interested in receiving guidance on an issue in your life, call Marie locally at 425-373-5527 or toll free at 1-877-825-8828 for her insight into your situation.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. And just so you know, I love that people are writing in to let us know that they have interest in my upcoming courses. We have a lot going on behind the scenes. Developers and all kinds of people are getting a bunch of stuff together, because we're going to start teaching some courses at a lower price point than I have previously, where more people can actually take the course at the same time. I usually only take 30 into my coaching classes, which will remain the same, but we have some really cool classes coming up. Come Meet Your Spirit Guides. It'll be an 8-week course that will kick off on February 6th. And then I do have a 12-week course coming up. Again, we're working on this behind the scenes with all kinds of people, furiously working, healing through altered perceptions. It's an advanced healing course because perception is everything. When I work with my clients, not only am I helping them to increase their vibration, which is really important to heal, but then I'm helping them to maintain the frequency. And that's what healers do so that humans can feel the difference when their vibration is elevated, excuse me, and it stays in that vibration, which I then call it the frequency. They hold the frequency of healing and happiness and joy, and it helps them to train their bodies to stay in that place. And when they do, they get new perceptions. And when people heal anything in their life, they have a completely new and different perception. So that class will kick off on January 18th. So just keep an eye on the online course tab at energyintuitive.com or write into us if you want to be in that class. Those classes will hopefully we'll get done with the back of the website work so we can get those posted.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take, looks like Denise, who's calling in from the Sonoma area, I believe. Denise, hello.
Hi, Benny. You have that vacation glow.
Oh, thank you very much. I hope I sound like it still.
Looks lovely.
Thank you.
That's so cute. Hi, Denise. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. I'm so excited to get through to you today. I've always wanted to get a reading from you, a general reading.
Great.
See if I have any leaks, or if there's archways.
You do have archways. You have archways. So for our listening audience what is an archway, which we will talk about in the Come Meet Your Spirit Guide class that will, kick off on February 6th. It means that you're actually in a lot of work right now. You're doing a ton of work right now. And so archways are opportunities that exist, that come into view, and they start to appear about 5 to 8 feet behind a person. So for you, and the archways are about 20 feet high, 50 feet wide. They look like half of the McDonald's Golden Arch. So sometimes it's more 50 feet high. It just depends on the person, how it's configured, but yours is 20 feet tall and 50 feet wide. Yours are pretty wide. And then there's an additional 50 guides in every arch. You have 4 arches. All 3 of them are open. The 4th one's not quite open yet. They will be in some figuration of being open, meaning you have access to all these extra guides over the next year and a half. So what would you say that you're working on right now so we can kind of get an idea of the theme of these archways for you?
So that's beautiful. I'm so excited. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I have been doing a lot of spiritual work over the last few years, starting with Suzanne Giesemann and mediumship.
Yeah, she's lovely.
And then I was beautifully led over to you as well. And I am very interested in doing energy healing as well.
Great.
So that's actually was one of my questions that I was hoping they would come through with is I'm just trying to figure out, I'm trying to go where I feel like I'm being guided to. And I do feel like energy healing is probably what's attracting me right now.
We're just quieting you for a sec because there's all these snaps on your end of the
just
phone.
A poor connection.
Poor connection.
We'll try to limit it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. I drew out your energy, and every single one of your chakras is taking in subatomic particles. There's not a leak anywhere. So that means that you know how to hold your energy and expand your energy to keep. And we have construction going on.
Oh my gosh!
It's
like, I think what's
3
going
floors.
on?
I think, yeah.
Right.
But
Sorry.
when we hear extra noise,
yes,
what that means
all day, every day.
Okay, but I mean, like right now, I'm doing a reading. When we hear extra noise, it means that what we're talking about with Denise is super important. The universe is trying to get us to pay attention. Like this is very, very, very important, which is a very positive sign for you. I think you're absolutely on the right track. I think you know how to run energy. And most importantly, although all of it's important, is that you love doing inner work. And I think healers or anybody who works in the multisensory world would allow someone to really expand their consciousness, because hopefully our clients move forward with whatever we're sharing with them. And that means we have to get better and we have to get stronger and we have to keep evolving so that we can keep up with them or provide them with newer and fresher information. So I think, Denise, you're absolutely 100% on the right track. I'm very excited for you. And I think to answer your specific question, like, okay, well, what do I do next? Or what's it going to look like? I want you to follow the joy. Whatever makes you happy. Like the first time I sat behind a microphone, even though I was, tomato red, very embarrassed and sweating like a pig, literally. And I did for a long time, by the way. I was still red. Now we have cameras. Thank goodness I don't blush.
Just TMI right there.
No, it's
I'm
not
just
that
joking.
big.
I'm kidding.
I think it's good. I don't blush as much as I used
Not at
to
all.
behind the mic.
Not at all.
But we didn't have cameras for years and years and years in the studio. Now we do. I felt so much joy behind the mic. I dream of microphones. I put them up on social media often because I love mics. That's the universe telling me this is a good fit for you. This is great for you because it makes me happy. So that's what you have to pay attention to. It's not going to make sense. Does that make sense to you, Denise?
100%.
Great. And don't pigeon yourself in. I tell this a lot to intuitives and people who know that they have, abilities, or recognizing that they could potentially have abilities in the multisensory world. Psychics can answer all kinds of questions. So if, let's say, mediumship is your absolute favorite and none of the rest of it makes you excited, great, then just put all of your energy in mediumship. But if other things make you excited too, don't just put yourself in one alley or one frame, because an intuitive can answer all kinds of questions that their clients ask them and be beneficial and helpful. I answer questions about wealth and money and partnership and dead people, just to name a few, all day long happily. And that it makes me happy to be able to bring that into the readings as well. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
And congratulations.
Yes, this is feeding my soul.
Yay.
So FYI, I just bought the Super Beings book because you've spoken so highly about it. I feel like it's the perfect thing to read right now.
It really is. I have had so many copies because I give them away. And when I was in Greece on my vacation, laying on my beautiful lounge chair with my feet in the ocean, my book even got wet. It's yellowed. It's, all the corners are folded back because I highlight it with yellow. And I still absolutely love it. But now I'm going to have to order another one because it's getting a little worn.
A little worn there.
It'll be my probably 10th or who knows how many copies I've actually had. Love that book. So
it's all good. It's worth it.
Have fun with it.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you want to know more about her as well, energyintuitive.com. It's a great website to stop by and check it out. And we will now take Brooke calling in from Michigan. Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
Hi, Brooke.
Hi,
How are
guys.
you?
Hello.
Missed you last week, Benny.
Oh, thank you. Missed you too. Well, and everyone really. And you too.
So what can I do for you?
Well, I am wondering if you can tell me what's in my highest good regarding my ear, my right ear specifically.
Ooh.
I feel a very vague fullness.
Yeah.
But it's kind of taking me out of like social situations because it's a deafening situation, and it's been happening for about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately went and had it checked out.
Good.
Passed the hearing test.
Oh.
Went to an ENT. It's not anything technical or mechanical.
So I know. So I know what it is.
All great.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
So here's the deal. And I drew out, of course, your energy. Interesting thing is when I drew out your third eye, which is the sixth chakra. I'm going to show our camera for those on YouTube that are watching. Oh, but sometimes it makes whatever. It makes the camera weird when I do that.
If you just back out a little bit.
Back out
a little bit.
Okay,
There we go. That's a little bit. There we go.
So the front of your third eye, I only drew lines that are going up and down, right? And I should be drawing horizontal lines too through the vortex, which that's the front portion of the third eye is where we translate psychic information. So it comes into the third eye or it comes into the body in some way, but it's the front of the third eye that actually translates non-physical into physical so we can understand what it means. You are ignoring your intuition because and you can disagree with anything I say, by the way, Brooke, but the third eye governs hearing and the sense of smell and the sense of taste. It governs all of your senses, multisensory and physical senses. So the reason why you're feeling that fullness and it feels like this, inability to hear fully, which I believe you, it's because you're not listening to the multisensory world. And they're chatting you up. They're talking to you. You've been asking for things for years.
I know that they are. I'm talking to them nonstop.
But you have to listen. So
it's two-way street,
it's a
not just a one-way.
I'm always shocked by what my intuition tells me. Shocked. Always, even to this day. But that means I have to listen. I have to stop. And when you listen, at least this is what I believe, you have to distract yourself. So you don't, it's not going to be like the logical mind. It's going to be very, very different. Like just the other day, I have something, we all have weird stuff that happens in our life, and I'm not going to talk about it, but I have something weird happening in my life. And I finally got quiet. It took me a couple of days, actually, because I'm a very busy person, professionally and personally. I have a lot going on in my life, which I love. And I was outside and I was reading, actually, one of my favorite books. I don't know which one it was, actually. And I had a piece of paper from doing automatic writing like maybe a year ago. And I went to that page. I opened it up. I was very surprised to see it. I actually did a little drawing on it, and it had the answer on there. So you have to get quiet. You have to get very relaxed, and you have to become present. That when humans become present, that's when you distract yourself from the overthinking, analytical, and seeking out intuitive information, because it will just come naturally and will come in a way that you least expect, and it will always be surprising. But when you're like, where is it? I'm talking to you. Where is it? You're not going to, it's not going to happen. So
yeah, I mean, I to be open to a two-way dialogue, and it usually happens at night for me when I'm dreaming.
Yeah, when you're quiet.
Or when I'm quiet. And I certainly know that. So I'm spending more time sleeping.
But that's not the answer. That's not the answer. This is not about more time sleeping. This is about learning to be quiet in the awake state, so you can consciously receive information. And so this is what your guides are saying that's in your highest good. You need to learn how to quiet your mind. Meditation is a great way to practice it, or do some qigong, or just sit and stare at flowers, but don't think. Thinking is the death trap to intuition.
Right. And so that's my question. And is it my brain? Am I overthinking, or is it tuition that I'm avoiding? Like, whichever it is, I'm avoiding it, and I know it. But I don't know if it's I'm calling it my brain.
So let's go again. There's nothing wrong. Nothing is a problem. The how, what, and where, why are the wrong questions to ask. You asked what's in my highest good, and we answered. You need to get quiet. So don't try to figure out what the problem is. That's not going to be helpful. Just start becoming quiet. You want to practice the art of quietness. You want to practice the art of the present moment. The present moment is actually very full and interesting and cool and dynamic. But for most humans, they are bored to death with it, because it initially feels like nothing. But when you sit in it, it's a wealth of information. It's a transformative place of awakening. So you need to be quiet and stop trying to figure things out. That's not quiet. Quiet means there's no thought. You're just in the moment. I love staring at those really cute, chubby bumblebees that are flying around right now. The black ones with the
ones that bury like little holes in the ground. Have you seen those?
No,
too?
I know those
we'll
ones.
Go back to that one.
But those ones aren't
the real bumblebees.
Yeah,
like
they're real cute. There's a whole bunch of them in my yard right now. They look
we have a great green belt for all
I
that
really
stuff
do.
too, so.
And I don't use chemicals, nothing, hazardous. So they're like black and adorable. I just stare at them as they fly from flower to flower. That's a great way to practice being in the moment. Happy. They are chubby, cute. They actually love to be appreciated. Yep. You have a lot to learn about the present moment. That's exciting. How about a what if question? What if I'm having fun learning about the present moment?
Okay.
Okay. And then you're going to have so much fun listening to everything. You're going to have such a blast. Okay.
Lots of new friends coming.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
That was so fun.
I know. Lots of great friends coming. That's so
they're already there. All of her great friends are there.
Yep.
They have their little cups of tea. They're sitting around her. They're chatting her up. They're just waiting for her to enjoy the conversation too. They're already there. That's not the problem.
100%. Gotta love it. Let's see here. Let's now take Deb calling in from Chico, California. Hi, Deb.
Hi. Yeah, this is Deb. Thank you so much for taking my call. I mean, I've taken your courses and follow. I'm amazed by what you offer all of us other people out here.
Well, thank you. It's my honor. It's my absolute pleasure and honor.
Oh man.
So what can I do for you?
Well, I was interested in reading, but I also have a burning question about my relationship with my son.
Oh, interesting.
Who, even as an infant, he would just push me away as hard as he could. And I'm just, what is this about? We still kind of struggle in our relationship, and it's getting a lot better.
It is. It's improving. It is really, really improving. So here's what I think. I'm actually seeing someone that I know, I don't hang out with them anymore, who had or has, I don't know, a really challenging relationship with one of their children, which I didn't allow my children to have those relationships with me. I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm a really good mom. You need to be nice to me or just forget it. You don't get a phone, you don't get a computer, whatever." I was one of those parents, and I think that this is what this is about, because this person I'm thinking about didn't do that either. Like, some empathic people are just too freaking nice, and you're too nice. You haven't set boundaries. He came to the earth, to have his own experiences, but he also came for you to set boundaries and to honor who you are, and to not allow people to take advantage of you, especially the people that you do everything for and have sacrificed for. So your son needs boundaries. He needs to know that and this is about you loving yourself and adoring yourself and noticing when people are disrespectful to you or unkind or dishonest or whatever it is, and telling them that that's not okay. Like, you're not allowed to treat me that way. So either don't come over and visit while you figure out how to be nice to somebody who grew you in their body and gave birth to you. Like, I don't like I loved being pregnant. I love being a mom. I love all of it, but I love what my youngest daughter says. Instead of "I'm pregnant," she goes, "I'm growing a human right now." Because it's that important. It's that big. It's that involved. It's that intense. It's like a huge deal. And you have someone that you grew in your belly who just goes, whatever. Very
Pretty much.
disrespectful. Yeah, very disrespectful. So his soul is actually doing you a favor, because you said before you incarnated, "I really want to respect myself so much and to see the beauty of who I truly am so well that I set healthy boundaries for whomever is in my life."
Interesting. Okay.
So he's doing
That
you a
gives me some
favor.
insight.
He's doing you a favor, but stop being so nice. Stop.
He's a tough one for me.
No, you're the
that
tough
makes sense.
one. You are the tough one. You are not. It's always about us. It's never about the other person. It's always about us. So you're the one who's being tough with yourself and not seeing how magnificent you are and how lucky he is. And you're not telling him, "Excuse me, no, you're so lucky. I adore you and love you and cherish you and have from the moment you were conceived, and I've treated you with utter and incredible respect, and I'm now learning to do that for myself. So you're not allowed to behave this way. And if you have a problem with it, go away and figure it out and come back when you can be just as loving and compassionate to me as I am to you."
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Make me cry.
I know. I'm very happy for you. This is a big deal. Think about it this way. What people don't understand is whatever we're working on in this lifetime, it's not about this lifetime. It's about previous lifetimes where it was a lot worse. And then because we don't remember our lifetimes, or most people don't remember them, we have to be reminded about what we're going to be working on. So he's a reminder of this very long, old, scary, uncomfortable pattern where you don't see or honor your own magnificence and you allow other people to mistreat you.
Okay.
That very exciting.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Very, very exciting that you're in a wonderful, sweet spot. You're asking great questions, and now you're going to have to, you never have to do anything I say, but make people that you love feel uncomfortable so that they're nice to you. And it's good for him. Like, he needs to learn this anyway, or you wouldn't have come together, right? Your souls
He has a very strong personality.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you can authentically.
Oh no, I hear you.
When you can authentically stand in the truth of who you are, people listen to truth. It's powerful. It doesn't matter how they are. Believe me.
It's true.
Yeah,
I listen to you all the time.
So I'm excited for you. This is all good news. I'm thrilled for you. It's only going to have a positive outcome. It might be a little uncomfortable initially, but it will have a positive outcome for everyone involved. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate
Great
you.
question. Have a great day, Deb. And I guess it's time for a break.
It is. 877-825-8828. If you want to get in for the last section of the show for the Marie Manuchehri Show, 877-825-8828. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
The Marie Manuchehri Show is streamed live over the internet. So if you have friends or family members living outside of the Seattle area, wanting answers to life's questions, encourage them to listen to the show and to call into the show to talk with Marie. If you are interested in receiving guidance on an issue in your life, call Marie locally at 425-373-5527 or toll free at 1-877-825-8828 for her insight into your situation.
Being hospitalized can be frightening, especially for a child. Here at Encourage Kids, we provide the resources and the funding to bring much needed reassurance, smiles, and yes, hope to hospitalized kids and their families. I'm Michelle Hall Duncan, President and CEO of Encourage Kids, and I encourage you to learn about our positive and life-altering programs, how we ease the anxiety around hospitalization for every one of our pediatric patients. Join our efforts. Visit encourage-kids.org.
Have something important to say? Want to help improve our world? Need to promote your business uniquely and effectively? KKNW is the answer. Our staff helps broadcasters and podcasters create professional sounding audio. Bring your talent and let our experts help you craft a radio show or podcast that best delivers your message. Learn more at 1150kknw.com. That's 1150kknw.com. KKNW, talk variety that's live and local.
How can Marie Manuchehri help you create a better life? Check out her events page and attend a workshop. Working with Marie is a life-changing experience. If you want to find an effective way to make significant improvements in your life, sign up for a class today at energyintuitive.com.
Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 1150.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are live here in a studio just outside of Seattle on the east side of South Bellevue.
There you
basically.
go.
That's
Got
where
it.
we are.
That's about right. We'll go with that.
And we always have beautiful views.
No matter what day,
yeah.
really, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. We can't see the mountains today. At least I can't see them.
The one thing I did miss, I know, well, this last year, since I wasn't here last week, they didn't, the Blue Angels didn't come by, did they?
No, I have not seen the Blue Angels.
They, obviously a few years ago, they changed their flying pattern.
Oh, they used to be over here.
They used to come straight across here and straight back. So it was tough during the show, but it was also nice during the show.
Because we already had the Seafair Parade, right?
Correct. Yeah, that was like a week before
I don't go to those anymore. I mean, like you have to. It's like 4th of July.
Lot going on
it's
there,
a lot. You got to find parking. It takes you hours. Right. Yeah, no, I don't do that anymore.
It was good though, since
it
post-pandemic and the
was
Seafair
nice for everybody
the
to
Blue
get
Angels
out.
are back,
Yeah,
and it's a
that's
Seattle
nice.
tribute and tradition.
Yeah, those jets just flying like crazy as if they're going to crash into each other. Like, yikes!
But they're so good.
They're so good. They're amazing.
All right, let's take now Rocia calling in from Seattle. Hi, Rocia.
Hi. Thank you
Rocia.
for taking my call.
Of course. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. What can I do for you?
I have been recently diagnosed around March of April with chronic kidney disease.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And my mother actually died while she was in dialysis. And I have an uncle too who went to dialysis.
I'm so sorry.
I was shocked because I have a pretty normal, healthy life.
Right.
But I'm doing better now, and
Good.
I have more energy. For 2 or 3 months, my energy was very, very low. And I wanted to see what you can read into it.
Yes, I can tell you right away. So instead of looking at this as genetic, I want you to think of this as a family pattern that has not been broken yet. So it's still alive and functioning and well. And were both of your kidneys involved or only one?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's a good question to ask
you.
But you can ask that question next time you're going in, and you're not requiring dialysis at this time, correct?
No.
Perfect.
I'm at the very beginning.
Great.
I'm on stage 3A.
This is great. So believe it or not, what causes kidney disease, no matter what it is, what the disease is, right? Whether there's just they're not perfusing correctly, or they're not filtering correctly, or there's a tumor there, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. It means that the person often experiences fight or flight. Like you're moving into fear often, even before this diagnosis. And that's what your mother did. That's what your uncle did. It's a family pattern to go into fight or flight. So fight or flight energy exhausts the kidneys. Where it comes from the kidneys. So fear is when the kidneys are not in balance, the vibration that they absorb is fear. So you have to stop being in fight or flight. You have to stop overthinking and analyzing and processing and being in that kind of exaggerated, terrified energy. You have to stop that. You cannot do that any longer because we want you to live a very long, healthy, happy life, right?
Right.
So you can't go into fight or flight anymore. You have to distract yourself. You have to tell yourself different stories. I think it would be fun if you just start saying to yourself over and over again, just silently in your brain, what if I feel safe? Okay. Because the opposite of fears is safety.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it could be literally that easy. And no more gossiping with people, no more complaining, no more worrying, don't read the news. You have to stay away from those things that are going to put you in the fight or flight energy.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And forever. This is a forever thing. This isn't something you do for 2 weeks or a month. This is a lifestyle change forever because we want the pattern to break so that your other family members, or if you have children, that they don't continue this family pattern of going into fight or flight and being scared.
Yeah, I realize that I'm becoming a big warrior, but I don't worry about the events in the world.
Well, you don't know what
COVID is.
Well, we don't know exactly. We don't know what you really worry about because people who are in fight or flight or fear are listening to their brain, and the brain will create mind-made emotions based on our thoughts. But real emotions are inside the body. We don't know exactly what you're afraid of for sure. We don't know. It's a lot. I can tell you that it's a lot. But the news is not positive anyway. You need to be surrounded by positivity and calm and relax. So no news. No gossiping. No scary movies.
My family, I live with my husband and my son.
Yeah.
Those are my major worries. How can I live with them?
Well, you have to stop worrying about them. They're fine. You're the one who actually has the worst health condition going on right now. So you have to train your mind to not focus on that, to not ask scary questions, to, say to yourself, what if my family's perfectly well and happy? What if everybody's on the right track? What if everything's fine in my life? I want you to do positive what if questions instead of, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this doesn't work? Right? No more of those. Because they put you in fight or flight. And then your kidneys get exhausted. And I'm so happy you went to the doctor. I'm so happy this was detected early. I would highly, highly recommend that you see a naturopathic physician.
Okay.
Because they're really good at working on the microcosm of the body to find out other underlying things that modern medicine doesn't diagnose. Modern medicine diagnoses bigger issues, but there's always a microcosmic, physiological thing happening that could be simply repaired that leads to more stability in your kidneys as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for calling. I'm so happy you did.
Yeah, appreciate the call. 877-825-8828. And let's scroll down here and we're going to take Mary. Mary is calling from the Florida area. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the show.
Hi. I have a fun love question for you.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, Benny loves those. Yeah.
I'm going to stop what I'm doing.
Because he has to work the board, while we're on the show.
I just sent Jen a heart too.
Yeah. Okay. Jen's excited too.
So I'm already on board. Let's do this.
Everybody's excited. Okay. What can we do for you?
March just before my birthday, I met somebody who I think is my soulmate. I'm definitely learning a lot from him. I'm just wondering if he is someone that would be a good love match for me.
So you've been listening to the show, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So are you happy? Are you enjoying yourselves? Are you swinging from the chandeliers, which was always I asked my daughters before they got married and they were dating, because I believe healthy sex is an important part of any relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. So are all those things happening?
Yes, when he's here, but he's a Gemini and he's very slippery.
Oh, so he's not always around is what you're saying.
He's not always around. And right now he's been gone for the summer and he's coming back soon. So I'm wondering if this is a good match. I think he's going to try to kind of hang around longer.
I think you need to have a real heartfelt conversation and find out what his expectations are, what he wants and what his plans are. I think people need to, since you know what you want, and you don't really like me saying, I mean, your was not super excited, but people need to have these conversations up front. Like when you start dating, if I were to date someone, I want them to really love the Northwest. I have no intentions of leaving or moving. Now, I wouldn't mind traveling a lot and maybe spending several months abroad, but I love the Northwest. I know that. I've done a fair amount of traveling. I don't want to live in California. I don't want to live in Oregon. I don't want to live on the East Coast. I love, and I love the U.S. I don't want to live abroad either. So that's an important thing you need to have these conversations up front, because otherwise you're one of those people, and I understand, that will make up stories about people in your head that is not factual. So you have to actually ask them, what are your intentions? What do you want? Do you want a long-term relationship? These are, do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. That makes total sense. So, and I have to trust that the answers they give are the truth, are their truth.
I mean, yes, but if you can sit in your own body. I once asked someone a question about monogamy, and he gave me a good answer for the moment, it was but a couple days later I went, wait a minute.
Like he was crafty in it.
It was a little crafty. So on our third date, I asked him again, and he gave me, and it was more direct, He gave me a totally different answer that went, oh, well, then we can't date. And he was like so surprised,
thought about that on your first response.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like,
and it was a very direct question. I mean, we were kissing, and I'm like, so what do you feel about monogamy? And he gave me this answer. But again, so yes, we do have to trust people's answers, but you also have to take some time after they give you an answer and fill it out in your body, because you are a genius. You're incredibly intuitive, and you know what you want. And so these questions are a little bit behind the 8 ball. Let's go ask these questions. Okay.
You said since March too, right?
Yeah, since March.
And I've been meditating about this a lot, and I ask over and over
again. No. You have to ask him. Ask him.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You're doing it again.
So like relationships are about relating with another person. So you actually have to include them in the conversation. You have, it's not just about your intuition could go, okay, well, this is what he said. I wonder what it really feels like for me, what he said or she said or whatnot. But you actually have to have all of these conversations up front early on, and it's not too late, obviously, with your person. This is very important. The fact that he hasn't asked you these questions and the conversation hasn't happened is a little bit of a red flag for me. Because any man who's really interested in me, he wants to know my plans. And, I'm in I'm 61 now. So most of the people I'm dating are either retired or about to be retired. And they really want to know my plans. Are you going to retire? My answer is no, I'm not retiring. I am working less,
You
definitely.
Are?
Yeah. I don't see as many climates.
I feel like you've worked more.
I do in some regard, but I feel like I'm already semi-retired. I have a lot of free time during the day.
That's true.
Basically. At any rate, it's a good question. It's the first question they asked me because they want to go travel, and so it's a little bit of a red flag for me that he has not asked you these questions, and I think they're extremely important. And I'm excited for both of you to have these conversations, because I think you're going to get even more clarity about what you want, and be very upfront with him. Okay.
Can I ask just one more thing? Because we'll probably just end it here anyways. When you said slippery, that's just still in my head. Is it because of his business job or his social life? Just want
because he travels, and he is retired, and he travels and has traveled for many, many, many years.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he has said that he wants to settle down near me now.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I stopped for the summer, and he hasn't been back yet.
Right. I love what Benny said, because the word slippery stuck in my head too, actually. And I think it is an intuitive word for you. And I think that you should use that language. If he's not giving you the answers you want, or they feel wishy-washy, you should say, I love it when people use their intuition in their conversation. This feels slippery to me. I don't feel that I don't know what your plans are. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you really want. You say these things, but it feels slippery. I need more information. right? I like use your intuition in your conversation. I think it's extremely helpful and creates more clarity. Okay.
That's really my blind spot. So I see who I want to see. I see people how
well, because you're a healer. You're a healer.
I have trouble, so
it's not trouble. Healers can see the potential of everyone, and that's why they're great at holding that energy for people. But in your personal life, you need to be very honest with who's standing in front of you, and you need to ask all the right questions right away.
And know in my body if that answer doesn't make sense.
Well, just ask them and you'll figure it out as you go along. Believe me, you'll figure it out. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Benny's playing the music. I have to go. Have a beautiful, bright day and fall madly in love with you. Bye-bye for now.